Right, so normally what we do here, guys, is we have a little funny little skit that we do, but we just spoke about something that's already annoyed me. Which
Hasn't taken
seems
long.
to be the trend here of stuff that you do that's a bit different to everyone else.
Go on then.
So the game in school where one person would be at the front, they'd kick the ball maybe 20, 30 metres to a pack, and you'd all compete to mark the ball. And if you mark it, you go and replace the kicker. What's that called to you?
I believe, from memory, we called it markings up.
Markings up.
Markings up.
It's marks up.
Well,
It's marks up. It's not markings up. What's the markings bit?
who's Mark?
No,
Marks up.
the mark, the action is marks up. So now he's up to kick the ball.
Well, you know what? I think we're probably both wrong. I'm having a look at online.
Don't
and
say Jack in the Pack.
No, markers up actually makes
That's
the
wrong.
most sense to me.
That's wrong.
But
Markers up. No.
Markings for mine.
I know that. I think Vic people say Jack in a Pack.
Yeah, well, that's just ridiculous.
That's like a little circus game.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
nah. Jack in a Pack. No. I used to love marks up.
Imagine that you've never seen in any game of AFL someone go up into pack mark and the commentator go, "Oh, Jack,
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Jack in a pack."
Jack Rewalt.
That's true.
There's that one. You know what we need to do? Just this has hit me.
Yeah.
Next year when we do our planning for events,
Yeah.
need to host a event where it's just marks up competition. Like get as many entries as we can, do heats, and then a winner gets a prize, like a cash prize.
Yeah, I love
to
that.
be the king of marks up for the year.
The biggest markings up of the year.
Yeah. And we get like a heat for 50 people.
Yeah.
You said markings up?
Yeah, and you said yes.
Thank you. No, I used to love marks up because it was back in the day in school. It was like obviously no umpires, so
Yeah.
free for all just to try and take hangers every kick.
That's true.
Just launching from the side.
How iconic was it as well when your school shoes would just start to come apart at the side?
Yeah,
And you're like, that's
oh.
all because of that beautiful kick that I did. and that.
Yeah. I used to rock those shoes for a long time in school.
Yeah.
Mum would not let me go to best unless.
Yeah, no way.
No.
No, I used to love
They
when
were a treat.
my shoe would come apart while I was watching people play markings up while I was trying to do handstands and backflips for the dance choreography. Loved watching it.
Harry Potter spells.
But the guys playing, they look like they were having a great time.
Let's get into it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Dan Does Footy podcast. You can find more of Dan Does Footy on the website, Spotify, YouTube, and social media. Lids off. See ya.
There was heaps of sick kids, and I was like, "Where are they? Kick him harder! Kick him all harder! Punch him in the face!" I was bloody horizontally challenged, if you get what I mean. Boner. Tough crowd today. Should we say this is the line? If you don't hear the next bit, it's over the line. Okay, so if you don't hear the next bit, I've got a line. Who's just walked past Punt Road? It dips him. Come on. Hey, welcome back wherever you are. Have you listening? Glad that you are. A lot happening personally in our lives. Football stuff, not so much. We're just things that happen that do break football related.
Yeah.
We're big on because there's nothing on. So
Sure.
stuff like fix the schedule.
Sure.
We're all about. We love that stuff. Not a lot of footy happening, but we'll cover some stuff that is going on around the league. How's your weekend, my friend?
Pretty cruisy.
What'd we
Finished
do?
the Twilight series. That was good. And then started 50 Shades of Grey last night.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, it surprised me. 'Cause
You'd
I
be a
haven't
nympho.
it surprised me because it's terrible, but I didn't realise that apparently 50 Shades was a fan fiction based off Twilight. So I thought, okay, well, that feels like the next logical step in my Twilight sort of watching stages.
Yeah.
And
R18
it's so
plus.
bad. It's so bad. Dan.
It's just a porno, isn't it? Right. So huge weekend for you.
Oh, went off.
Yeah.
Did a cocktail gin tasting. That was good.
How was that?
Oh, mate, so fun.
Did you get lit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hangover the next day?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, you'd love it.
What was it? Gin and beer?
So Thursday night was whiskey and beer tasting. So
Rogue mix.
Well, you'd think so, but they pair them beautifully.
But that's hangover, like, that's a cocktail for a hangover.
Yeah.
Bit
And
of
then,
fighting juices,
and then
beer.
Saturday gin and cocktails.
That's heavy straight away.
I sat next to a lovely old lady and had a good chat with her, and then her daughter was, just having a chat with me, and I said, "Yeah, interesting week at work. I do a podcast." She went,
I love how you plant
Hang
these seeds with every conversation you have.
No, it came up.
Todd Mitchell?
Well, that's true. I did do it with him, and she went, "Yeah, I know, buddy." And I went, "Wow."
You want a photo?
Yeah.
Just to show everyone.
I'm just here at a gin tasting. Like, just let me,
Great. Okay, so you some
was good.
drinking.
Yeah.
I did some drinking.
Yeah, talk to me.
No, just Friday night I was at Moonee Valley.
Okay.
Yeah, hanging out with the great people at Sports Bet, just whining and dining some great punters.
Oh.
It was great down there, Moonee Valley. We did have a conversation with a group of males, like as men.
Yeah.
If you go to an event and there's beer there, say the races, for instance.
Sure.
You go to the races and it's like, okay, I can sit on beer here for 6-8 hours. For women who don't drink beer,
Yeah.
to start your day on champagne and then like a red wine, that's a long day to stay on wine. Like I couldn't do it.
No. God, no. No, that's impressive. I think it's a gin and tonic situation.
Type of setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, I didn't have a crazy weekend like you. I did go to Bunnings again.
Yeah.
You know what I do on the Sundays? I go there for a sausage sizzle. Everything's going well. I got the onion. I get tomato sauce. The bread was actually not stale this time. Didn't break in half.
Okay.
Then lo and behold, the boss of the hock chirping. Says, hey, mate. I look around.
Well, hang
Sam
on.
Mitchell.
Is that what happened?
Well, now people want to know. A lot of comments about who come up to who. I hope he listens. I don't know if he does. Maybe his wife does. Now, I love him. I respect him.
Yep.
He said we should get a photo. And he got his phone out to give to Anna. And then Anna took a photo of both of us. And I said, well, okay, well, I'm not getting a photo now.
Yeah.
So here's my phone as well, Mr. Hock.
He might not post it and then you'll never see the photo.
No, but he knows. He's got it somewhere on his phone. He'll look back on it. He'll show his wife, kids.
Yeah.
So he was doing a bit of work in his backyard.
What was he doing?
I don't know. His wife sent him there to get a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think he's on some kind of chore there. I felt like gazebo type stuff. Maybe there's some backyard. You have a big backyard as well.
Doesn't.
Could be on that cash.
Yeah.
But he's a great man. He's a great human.
Talk about anything interesting or just
I
sort
try
of
to
like,
get a bit
hey,
out of
nice to
him.
meet you? Like,
No, well, I've met him on the Brownlow red carpet.
oh, yep.
When he did the stuff about Kenny not being a good bloke.
Oh, of course.
Which he leaned into.
Yeah.
But he's a really good people person.
Yeah.
He spoke to Anna. He was just very nice, very easy. I can see why the Hock have got him in there to coach that group of studs.
Yeah, sure.
Young studs. Because he just has a way with connecting with people. And it was very not like, as we've said before on the show, him as a player was very strict and like direct. But him as a person, hey, want to come over and build a gazebo with me?
Such a shock. Like, you'd never have thought that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
He's a great, great man. So I loved getting a photo with him. Before we get into the show as well, we've got to do a bit of housekeeping here. A lot of the comments around the social saying Dan does everything at the moment.
Yeah. As in here on the show.
As in, well, the show and the socials. Now that we're out of footy. We are
That's
Dan
true.
does footy, so it feels like it's Dan doing a lot of things.
Sure.
I just don't need to remind you guys, footy, we're in a lull. A
What do you
big
want from us?
lull. Okay, we're trying to bring in as much stuff that does happen with the footy, but also we've got to learn to be, as a community, broad
Sure, Nathan. Yeah.
and expand our horizons.
Yep.
And be, okay, maybe this was interesting in the UFC. This national anthem in America was very interesting.
Yeah.
Different things, okay?
That was bad.
That was really
That
bad.
was really bad.
Should we play it?
Do it.
For those that didn't see the socials, this national anthem that happened in America in one of the debates, presidential debates, which we're not going to get into because last time we did, this studio almost burnt to the ground. But they got this singer who I think she had like 78 listeners on Spotify. So I don't
Really?
know where they've plucked her from. But they were like, hey, do this national anthem for us. For some reason, now they must have told her it was live.
Well, come on.
I'll play it for you and we'll try and run.
Yeah.
We'll run through it after.
He's dreaming. And the rockets, red glare. I fucked it up. Can I go back? Please? Bomb bursting. And then I got too nervous. Gave proof through the...
So what first thing is, listen to the way they go, it's live.
Yeah.
He's dreaming. And the rockets, red glare. I fucked it up. Can I go back, please?
So that bit. And then the second part of it is where she sings her apology. I got too nervous. It's like it's part of the song. I got too nervous. Oh, fuck.
Bursting, and then I got too nervous.
I got too nervous.
See, you can tell that I think the moment for me where you knew she only had 78 listens or whatever it was on Spotify is a professional would know if it's live or pre-recorded, don't say, I fucked it up.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah, no.
you just don't You don't take that chance.
Yeah, definitely not lyrics.
No.
I fucked it up. Like, you don't need to do that. That was one. So when I'm talking about being broad, that's the stuff we're kind of being broad about.
Sure.
Now, the football stuff, it'll come back. We're not far off pre-season starting again.
Yeah.
We know that someone is going to come back just jacked. Someone's going to come back looking a bit...
Reece Matheson-y.
Yeah, that. And someone else, the other side of that coin is also probably haven't done the off-season schedule.
Sure.
We just noticed that's content there. It's slowly coming back. The draft is 20 odd days away.
So that's content. So that's done.
That's so we've got a little lull here till we get back into football
Till we
stuff.
get into that.
Draft, 20 days away.
Yep.
That's good. So until that happens, let's get a little bit weird in the next 3 weeks.
Love that.
Okay? A
Let's
little bit weird.
freak out.
Let's just throw some stuff at the ball, see what sticks. Tell what I'm not covering though is cricket.
Really?
Now, this is going to be controversial and I can feel people yelling at me in the socials. I love what cricket does in that in the summer here in Australia, we get around it.
Yeah.
Okay? I love your Boxing Day tests. I love when, you got nothing to watch on a hot summer day, you put the cricket on, you sit down on the couch.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
But cricket has to be one of the most boring sports ever. Like, anyone who can actually say, I love watching 5 days of cricket has got to be kidding themselves.
I bring a lot to this show, but what I don't bring often is commercial opportunities. Well, there's the one thing that I had planned on.
What'd you have planned for us?
You know, the Big Bash.
No, it was sorted out. It was sorted out still.
Not
I'm happy-
now.
No, listen. There's context to this. The short form I can do.
Okay.
The short form, I'm talking about traditional, your tests.
You can't do it.
Test cricket is the most boring thing in the world. Any sport that goes for 5 days is 4.5 days way too long. In any sport where they say, hey, we're just going to have some lunch and then we'll come back out here, way too long. You know? Like, that's where I'm at. Boxing Day test, I'll watch Boxing Day happily on the couch, hungover, with some ham, a few beers, get myself right. Happily do that all day. But after that, I can go without test cricket. Wow. Or cricket in general. Even 1 day is probably a bit too long for mine.
Really?
50 overs is a lot. I can do short form Big Bash because that's attention span, simulated the whole time. I can do that.
It is the attention span.
That's good. So
you got
and that's-
TikTok brain.
Yes, and that's why the Big Bash was obviously, or 2020 cricket has come in. But anything outside 2020, boring. Boring. Everything about cricket takes way too long. The deliveries for each bowl, the overs. If they do hit a ball to the boundary or for two, like the process to get the ball back to the bowler has to go through every fielder's hands to get back to the bowler.
So how come you're all right with the NFL?
Because that's like a big game of chess.
Okay.
That doesn't go for
cricket
5 days. 5 days.
Yeah. But I don't think anyone watches every single ball for those 5 days. I think that's the beauty of cricket, is to kind of maybe have a nap. Maybe tune out for a little bit.
That in
and then you
itself
come
is
back
horrible.
into it.
That's-
You need more patience, I think.
But like you could sit there as a bowler comes in, get a message, check your phone, and then miss a highlight, and then got to wait another 5 hours for a highlight.
That is frustrating.
But that is where I'm at.
Okay. So what did you try and watch? New Zealand, India, or the Pakistan?
I don't talk about Indian cricket fans because you know what happened last time I did. Again.
Well, actually, I don't. This
Very
was before
angry.
the podcast.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Well, the last time I said anything about cricket was when I said that we're better than them at cricket because we beat them in the World Cup or something. And then in the comments section, I spoke about, I think Travis Head did something.
Yeah.
I posted about him being absolute lord and winning the World Cup for us.
Yeah.
And then that reel on TikTok and Instagram got onto like the Indian cricket fans algorithm. And they did not like that. They called me like weird names. What do they call me?
Wasn't it something to do with your sister? Like your mother's...
Yeah, you are your mother's sister or something like
Yeah.
that. It was very, very... Can I look at the comments? Can you give me a second?
Yeah,
See
absolutely.
what they said? They said... Because it was very, very scary. I don't know. I can't find it. But they said something like, I'm not land. Stuff like that.
Which you're
I'm not
they're
land.
right.
I'm a
They're
person.
correct.
But it was very scary. So that's why I think that's maybe why I'm a bit harsh on
You're a bit
cricket.
burnt.
Yeah. I'm burnt out. So I don't know if we will cover cricket on Dan does footy,
Well, as I
everything.
said, hopefully a bit of Big Bash.
Can do Big Bash.
We love the Renegades.
Can do Big Bash.
But,
So that's
yeah.
where I'm at.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
Okay.
For what we cover the next couple of months.
Okay. Well, that's sort of
Unless
half,
something good
half of our
happens.
listeners
Unless something
sort of
great
cover,
happens,
but
then we'll
yeah.
cover it. But other than that, I got no time for 5 days of cricket.
Okay, sure.
Tell you who did like one of our broad posts.
Yeah.
Cody Simpson.
No way.
Every minute, every second, every hour of the day. Every second you're away. I'm a singer, now a swimmer.
I fucked it up, I'm nervous.
I fucked it up. I'm Cody Simpson. So he liked one of my posts.
Which one?
UFC one.
Really?
Yeah, about Hazmat Shemaev. Hamzat.
Does he follow the page?
He doesn't.
Wow, so he's snooping.
Yeah, he's circling us. Got in and out, but that was big for us.
That's huge. Oh, how annoying. Post AFL Grand Final. Now he's getting around.
Now
this.
he wants to get around us, and not even footy related, UFC related. So
I
that was-
love Cody Simpson too, so that's frustrating.
What do you love about him?
Well, okay. How many people do you know that's a professional performer,
One, me.
has dated Miley Cyrus,
Missed out on
and
her.
has then gone, actually, professional swimmer, and then gone, actually, back to singing. It's pretty cool.
It is very cool, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, like he does a little bit for me.
Yeah.
He was cooler as a singer than he was a swimmer.
You reckon he was cooler as a singer? I reckon the other way around.
Mate, swimmers aren't that cool.
Well, that's true.
Broad shoulders. Really broad shoulders. But he wasn't. But I thought that was very cool.
Yeah,
I
take
thought
that.
it was very cool though. I've learned something about Anna, my wife,
Oh.
just recently.
That's
over
not
a box
cool.
of favourites. No, this is not cool at all.
Okay.
Over a box of favourites.
Yeah.
So I put something out there on my social saying, hey, I need to know, like, we had an argument, opened up a box of favourites. She went for a Turkish delight straight away.
Yeah, I mean-
and I was like, okay, where's my wife gone?
Yeah.
Because out of the whole first pick you get, pick number one in a favourites box, you go for a Turkish delight.
Mm.
That's scary. I didn't like that at all. And then I put it out there to everyone else saying, hey, just trying to steal this argument here because I went for a crunchy straight away. What is the correct, like, what's the number one pick in a box of favourites out there to the public? And this is what everyone said. Boost was so clearly number one. A Boost
Really?
bar. Ugh.
So I've got the list here: Cadbury Dairy Milk, a Crunchy, a Flake, a Caramello, a Boost, Picnic, Moro, Cherry Ripe, Marvelous Creations, Turkish Delight, and a Dream.
And this is what the listeners, the social people, they selected as their favourites. Boost,
Yeah.
Twirl, Crunchy, Turkish Delight, Cadbury Caramello, Cherry Ripe, Dairy Milk, Picnic, Moro, Caramilk.
Hang on, where was Flake on that?
No.
What?
No Flake. Flake's out. I think Flake's been removed from the box favourites, everyone, which is huge development. I think they've...
Oh, the Flake wasn't in there at all.
No, it was. A Flake had been in there. I'm pretty sure a Flake used to be in the box
Yeah,
favourites.
no, it definitely, 100%.
There is no Flakes in the new box of favourites.
That's massive
I
because
think it's been replaced with the Twirl.
because that's by far the best.
Has it
I
actually?
think.
Can we get to the bottom? This Twirl replaced Flake in favourites. I've got no internet. Hold on. Yeah. If box of favourites or Cadbury have tried to pull a Swifty on us and replaced, Dream and Flake are no longer in the assortment box and have been replaced with Caramilk and Twirl bars. Hey Cadbury, when'd you do that? When'd you trick us?
That's outrageous.
Last year they did that. How dare you? How dare you, Cadbury, pull the Dream and Flake from us and try and disguise it in a Flake? In a Twirl, sorry?
Also, someone's doing well for themselves.
Who?
You.
What I do?
Just buying one in general. They don't come cheap.
They're $20.
So
I like the assortment. But that's, I didn't
You
like
tell
know when
me.
they did that. That's not on to do that
That's
to us.
outrageous.
Yeah, it's not on. So that's what so Anna went Turkish Delight and Cherry Ripe
Yeah.
as the top two.
Well,
yuck,
yeah.
yuck, yuck. Turkish Delight should be illegal.
Yep.
It should be a crime to eat one or even buy one. I went crunchy. Well, I had to go 12, but it would have been a Flake.
Yeah.
Flake. And then I think I went Caramello as my 3. Mm-hmm. What do you?
Well, it definitely would have been a Flake. So if the Flake's not there, I would have had to have gone a 12. Mate, I guess, you know what, out of that list, now that the 12's not there and the Flake's not there, maybe the Boost is the winner.
Nah, Boost is gross. I don't know what a Boost is. Nah, it's not it. I don't like, but I had once in my life, that was it.
Really?
Yeah. You know who was very vocal on Morrows? Jack Silvani. Very, very, and his wife, Grace, very vocal on Morrows, saying they're like pretty much a Mars bar.
They are, but they're the poor cousin of
It's a
the Mars
Marmite
bar.
of the Mars bar.
Yeah.
It's the Marmite to Vegemite.
Here, okay, just a quick one. God, I love these weird episodes. I do have a weird one for you that I do. So out of the mites, Vegemite, sure, it's good. Marmite,
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
you're never going to do it, but I get it. I don't go either. I'm a Promite guy.
Oh.
Massive Promite fan. Promite and cheese sandwich. Promite on crumpets. Promite on. I love Promite.
Promite is like spreading oil on bread and eating some car oil, some engine oil. That is so bad. You've gone to the third tier. Third tier of mites.
Yep.
Even Marmite's way too far.
Yeah, Marmite. But yeah,
Jeez, we're burning some commercial agreements here, aren't we?
So we've got all the mites other than Pro.
Yeah.
Cadbury's
Nah,
done.
That's not it.
There you go.
That's huge by you. Oh, well. Halloween, a few days. Excited? We're going to dress up on Thursday. What are you dressing up as?
Well, thanks for telling.
I'll tell you now. I'll give you
Thanks for telling me.
3 days, 4 days heads
That's
up.
true. Well, I'm not going to tell you.
No, tell me. I'll do a good one.
But are you?
I'm dressing up.
Are we doing it?
Yeah. Don't tell me what you're wearing.
Like proper.
Popper.
Not sort of just like that Harry Potter tie and the fake
Go and get
glasses?
something.
Okay.
Popper.
Yeah.
Popper.
Okay.
I've got a good one.
Can you give me a clue?
It's something that'll it scares everyone.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Scares everyone. All right.
Yeah. So the fear of it will scare people. But if you ever have been confronted by it, it scares people.
Oh, so you're actually going Halloween, like scary.
My costume would be very scary for people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So think about that for a bit.
I'll sit on that one.
Hey, let's get into the footy stuff. Cam Rayner got absolutely paid. You see this?
I did see this.
Signs a new 6-year monster deal to stay at the Lions. Lots of big clubs came circling for him. Sure, the war chest was jingle jangled.
Well, I got a message from someone saying they just saw him, like James on Instagram messaged me. You know, absolutely not a credible source, but reckons they saw him with Ross Lyon at a farm in Brisbane. So disappointing.
Wow. The war chest. We'll take the war chest with him as well. Saying, hey, look at this. How many gold coins do you want?
That's extra luggage he would have had to check in.
Well, a lot of clubs were, especially Vic clubs, circling for his services because he is just, I love what he's done post-knee.
Totally.
Just turned everything around. Trajectory of his career was okay, high draft pick, number 1 draft pick, talented, does a knee. Everyone goes, how's he going to come back? He came back.
Yeah, he's a great player.
I reckon he's the hardest player to tackle in the league.
That's a big call.
Him and Cripper maybe.
Yeah.
1 equal first, 1, 2. But he is the hardest player to tackle in the league.
Wow. What makes him so hard, do you reckon? Like, is he...
Strong, thick, quick, big legs, burst out of pack, stiff arm too.
Yeah.
He's got the whole...
His legs do remind me of the mannequins at GMHBA Stadium. Massive legs.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're true. Yeah, in the vlog, that'll come out this week, I think.
Yeah.
You'll see. Yeah. But he's definitely the hardest player to tackle.
Yeah, okay.
I can't think of anyone else. Nah, he's the hardest.
Love
Big
it.
call by me. Big by me. Hey, this is something that's kind of bubbling away and we're not going to really know how it's going to go until we're into the footy season. There's a war going on. It's a commentator war between Channel 7 and Fox Footy. Now, Sean Burgoyne is taking his voice to Fox Footy next year. Was on Channel 7 last year, I think.
Yeah, rings a bell, yeah.
Yeah, now going to Fox. He was a great footballer. Great footballer. Hall of Fame legend. But is he the best commentator that we've got going around in terms of we're trying to build a serious commentating crew to give great insight and be knowledgeable and present really well? No, he's not. But good brain, good football brain. So these two, Channel 7 Fox Footy, just out there trying to grab whoever at the moment. I thought we were trying to be diverse and get great people from, you know, maybe not football backgrounds at all to come in and be great football commentators and voices. But are we just picking ex-footballers now? Is it the go?
Well, is he a play-by-play commentator, or if he's a special comments, I think that's great.
I think he's a play-by-play.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
don't think he was special comments last year.
Okay.
I think Joel Selwood's his special comments. He's a great player. He was a great player. I like him. I got nothing wrong with him. A commentator-wise,
Doesn't do it for
doesn't do it for me at all.
And are you
that's
Fox?
nothing personal.
No.
Yeah.
Are you Fox or Channel 7?
Well, I don't know. I think I have to be... Depends what they put together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got to wait to see what the teams they're
Sure.
assembling
Yeah.
first. Because there's this crazy thing. I think I've got to hear actually that next year the only... Yeah, here we go. So this is part of the statement they said about Sean. Sean's the first of several ACE experts expected to sign with Fox Footy 2025, bolstering the ranks of Australia's most incisive, comprehensive and powerful AFL broadcaster. Next year is shaping up as a game changer for footy fans for at least the first 8 rounds nationally and at least the first 15 rounds of Victoria. The only place fans will be able to watch AFL live on a Saturday will be on KO Sports or Foxtel.
Okay.
So that's big.
That is huge. So, I mean, Fox
So it
kind
has
of
to be
wins
on,
that.
so Fox still need a good crew.
Yeah.
A great crew. I just feel like the AFL, so this is my thing. It's not even with Sean really at all. It's with all the commentators I have at the moment, and I get they're trying to change them over. I feel like the AFL goes, okay, time for a new chapter.
Yep.
Broadcast deals again. Then we've got a new deal. We got an opportunity here to make this a really refreshing place, an exciting place to be where people can come and get their football fixed and sit on the couch, and we give them insights and bring them into the game. Who knows a 300 game ex-player? Could want a flag, a Brownlow. We don't care if they're really good at speaking, but let's get them in because that's what we're looking for. Like a lot of that happening. Let's bring in some guns.
And it's the thing that probably the States do so well is they obviously give those guys a chance, but everyone sort of like even I'm sure you've seen like Tom Brady obviously started doing some commentary work and broadcasting work, and people have gone, oh no, you're
Not it.
you're not in it at all. Actually,
Great players. You're
Yeah.
a great player. And it's okay to be a great player and not a great commentator. And I
it's-
say
yeah.
that knowing that I was a horrible player and I'd be a horrible commentator. I know I would be. I'd be so bad. Forgetting names, mumbling, not even pronouncing words right. Horrible. But I feel like the AFL, if there's this war going on, let's go and get some studs.
Yeah.
And bring them in the commentary box. You know? If I'm Fox Footy, I'm going, all right, where's Dennis Cometti at?
Yep.
Take him
Get
a blank,
him back.
Take him a blank check and say, fill it in.
Yep.
Okay? Where's Matt Hill? Go and get Matt Hill a blank check and a horse that is tipped to win a Melbourne Cup in the next couple of years.
Okay.
Because he loves his horses.
Sure.
Bruce, where's Bruce at?
Yeah.
Blank check him. Get whatever you want.
But isn't it time for the next generation anyway?
Anthony Hudson.
Well, that's true.
Bring him in.
Is he not there?
He is there, but I think if you just get him in. Okay, mate. I just want him in
If
there.
he is in, keep him in.
Get him in there. That's the team. If you want to win the war,
Yeah.
if Fox Footy Channel 7 listening right now, that's what you got to do to win it. Wow. That stuff. I don't even know who the new wave of commentators would be. No idea.
I'll tell you who I really like, Lee Montagna.
Abby Holmes.
Yep.
Love
Get her in.
Yep. Lee Montagna,
Get
he's
Joey
very
in.
good.
Joey's unbelievable at play-by-play. And
Joey
there's
is
not a whole heap of former players that do it and do it well. He's certainly one of them.
A lot of former Hawthorn players in that commentary box.
Oh, true.
Jordan Lewis,
Yeah.
Dunstall,
Yeah.
Sean Burgoyne,
Yeah.
Dermy.
Yeah. Great call.
Yeah. Got a fixation there with Hawks, don't they?
And then other branches have Isaac Smith. They've got
Yeah, see?
like
Everywhere. Ryan, what are
Luke Hodge.
Fair enough then. So that's what's going to happen next year. So well done to Sean collecting that paycheck.
Yeah,
Love that for
but
him.
true. We're
But
back
let's
on
go
him.
forward. Let's try and see if we can bring in some great football presenters. It's a skill. It actually is a very big skill.
It's
to present
really
and
tough.
to speak and to bring emotion in the game and to provide insight to those at home. Like that is a tough skill.
And I think to your point, this is where you could probably look to outside just the former 250, 300 gamers, because there have been people that have been practicing in their bedroom since they were 15 years
Yep.
old and have really honed their craft.
The Bev Show.
Bev, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I know what you're saying. There'll be people out there, local football commentators, who are very good at what they've done, doing it for a long time.
Yep.
And they get overlooked because they haven't played 300 games or won a flag.
Yeah. I'll tell you a really good one, but I cannot reveal his name. But I used to briefly
great.
work with someone, and he has done a lot of commentary at all ends of the spectrum, from right up here to sort of right
Have I
down
met
there.
this person?
Probably not. I
Okay.
don't think so.
Yep.
And this guy has had some of the all-time great blunders, like world-class stuff-ups. My favourite was he was doing a kind of, I think it was like a Vic Metro game, like one of those sort of things. Fully fell asleep. Just fell asleep.
What do you mean?
He fell asleep in the commentary box.
What, while he was calling?
And so one of the
Had he
other-
gone out the night before?
I don't know the context, but one of the guys makes like a gag, being like, "Well, the such and such going for the goal here. Who knows? He's been known to have a shot from 70 meters out." And then there's just silence, and then the other guy goes, "What?" and wakes up.
What?
I'll send it to you. It's one of the
Is
greats.
it out there for people to find?
You could find it. I've got it, but it's brilliant.
All right. Yeah, send it through.
Yeah.
Send it through. I wanna
So they're
see if
not
I know
all
it.
great.
No, but there'll be some out there. They'll be very good. Very good. This will be very good. If you're a Richmond fan, throw in a watch a draft watch party, a watch draft party. I don't know what they said, but the place we can go at Punt Road and watch the draft.
Oh, watch along. Nice.
Yeah, a real watch along at Punt Road. And only for the price of $25, you get yourself a ticket there, which is pretty good if you ask me. Biggest event they've had since the 2020 grand final. So this could be big for them. They've got an absolutely loaded draft hand.
Yeah.
Would be cool as a fan to go there and see like the next chapter of potentially the club turning around and changing its fortunes.
This is a great idea. It's what they do in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's like, that looks like one of the events to go to as a fan, is to go and watch the draft. I love that.
I rate it. This is an opportunity for Tigers fans for your trajectory of where you're going to change completely.
Yeah. I was there.
I was there when
I
we
was
took,
there.
you know, so-and-so with pick 1, 6, 10, 11, 13,
Yeah.
14, 20, 21, whatever you got. You got a lot of picks there. So that'd be very cool. And you know what? $25 is a small price. You guys are building a 3-level car park. Those things aren't cheap. 1 level underground. You know how expensive it is to excavate? That's where your money's going right there. So I think that's very cool. You want the bar to be open. You want the beers barking at you hard. Even though, what night is the draft? I feel like the draft is like a Tuesday night.
Wednesday night.
Yeah, a bit of a rogue one.
Wednesday the 20th.
I rate it though. Normalised draft parties.
Should we get tickets?
Are they online?
Let me have a look.
We get in and
because,
check it out.
Why not?
We can, well, may as well go and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Free bar, I'm in.
Is it a free bar?
No, I don't think it would be. I think you'd be paying for your own drinks, but it'd be nice if it was a free bar.
Mate, let's look into it because I think we should do
Okay,
it.
we'll look at this place. But I think that's very, very cool from Richmond.
I
Good
think
on
it's
them.
a great event.
Good on them. What else is happening? Oh, the orange package. You see this? The first time in the Giants kit. Now, he looked like a package that was on a mission in the photo. Not often a new recruit gets 2 hands on the Guernsey and pulls from the collar. That showed to me, okay, this package is ready to turn things around here. This is a package that's reached its correct destination, you know? Now, the package is either going to kick 50 goals or 5 goals next year. There is not going to be any in between. And I reckon it's close to 50.
Really?
Yeah, I'm big on this move. I'm really big on it. I think he's just going to find his place, his niche to be at the Giants. I think he's going to be very much a second fielder Hogan,
Of course.
pick up the crumbs and end up with 50-odd goals for the year.
Yeah, but having said that, I felt like he found his niche almost at Essendon. Like,
I feel like he was still supposed to be the guy.
yeah.
I don't think he's meant to be the guy.
Okay.
I think he's meant to be the Robin
Yeah, that's true.
and let Hogan be Batman.
Well, that's perfect then.
Kicked 42 goals last year.
That's true.
And was only
That's
offered a
true.
1-year deal. Like he can, yeah. I'm big on him next year for the Giants. Really
Yeah, that
big.
forward line, they've got some options now, don't they?
Now it's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a forward line can win your flag for sure. And he's only 30 still.
Far out.
But we did find out the Giants almost put out the deal late. This is what came out in the news during the week. They almost put out late because they want to give up more than pick 53, which is fair enough. Then agreed to give up pick 53 and 58. And then they had to go to Toby and say, hey, Toby Green, captain of the footy club, is this going to be a right deal for us? Do you think this is a good move? Toby was over the moon. Said, do it need to go and get him. Bring the package in here. Bring me a package.
So I wonder what it is that Giants saw that Essendon didn't see, essentially.
I don't know. There's probably more to the story. There always is.
As there
There's something
always
there.
is.
Always is something more to the story, but maybe the 1-year deal. They didn't want to give him a 1-year deal. And he apparently was on $500K next year. So if the Giants then, and they did, they've renegotiated for a 2-year deal. So we're thinking he'd be on $300-400 a year
Yeah.
for that. He wouldn't be on 500s.
Well, you'd need him in Sydney, though. You get that nice little Sydney bonus.
I think he'd be on somewhere between 300 and 400 a year.
Yeah, right.
Which is fair enough. Poor Essendon fans. I feel bad for them now.
Do you? What, because he left?
Well,
Or
because he
just-
left, and you just know they've been begging for him just to do the off-season program. To say, can you please just do the runs? Can you do the gym sessions? Can you
We
come
asked
back?
very little.
We don't ask for much as Essendon fans, okay? But can you just stick to the program in the off-season? Come back in, some kind of nick. And he's like, fuck this running shit. I've got 3 months to train. I'm not doing the off-season.
He's very much following the Dan Gorringe local footballer training program of, hey, I'm not going till at least the end of Jan.
Nah. He's not doing any runs since Feb, until Feb. So, and you just know that now that he's at the Giants, after the Essendon fans been begging for him to do this off-season program, he'll just rock up day one of preseason looking like Adam Kingsley. Just jacked.
Yeah.
Veins popping, ripped, winning the 2K time trial.
Yeah.
Poor Essendon fans.
You know what? Just on the preseason program, I know that if I was an AFL footballer, if I got the sniff of even having just a 2-year contract from a 18 to 20-year-old, I would do everything within my power to do it right. I know that if I was given that opportunity. But I think about it now, I'm like, I don't know how people go on holiday, these beautiful places, or go to America and have fun, and then know that you've just got this PDF with you of you got to do this, and this. I'm like, I get that it's a great lifestyle and, you should be very lucky to be an AFL footballer, but that's tough.
Yeah.
The second that the wheels touch down in another country for me, I don't know what it is, but I've got a sangria stitched to my hands at all times.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean? You would have been through that where you're like, okay.
Mate, I wasn't doing...
You weren't doing it.
You know what? I was really, really into the off-season training and pre-season training, but there'd be times in the off-season program, especially the first month of it, when you got 2 months off. I'm not doing the first month. How's this? We had someone at the Suns. I won't say his name because he's still playing football somewhere. I'm not sure. But we had to your point about the PDFs, where it was very much like, boys, just do it. It's an honesty system. Please just do it. We don't want to have to be on your ass when you get back. Anyway, so there was a season of that, and then people weren't doing it coming back for their pre-season back at the Suns and clearly out of shape. So the season after, they brought in this tech where it was a heart monitor that you had to attach yourself for the sessions that would then get looped back to the club so they'd know that you're doing the running sessions.
Right, so honesty system no more.
So one guy I think it was like, hey, we're doing 30-hundreds.
Yep.
Just like an easy session with 30-hundreds. He's put the attachment to his dog and got the ball and just thrown with the, a distance of 8 or 100. Just let it bounce, let the dog run up and down, just try to cover it that way. Then he's put the dog back in the car. And instead of the dog, obviously tracking that it's done 30, 8 or 100s, he's like, fuck, this dog in the car was dragging back to the Suns, being like, oh, it's doing 60 kilometres an hour going up a hill in the Victorian foothills. So they got this data, be like, okay, he's done the first 30 sprints, but then he's got in the car and took it all the way up back to his house. And they're like, mate, what have you done here? Clearly you've, we know that once you take the tracker off, we're telling you take it off and don't wear it in the car because we can track you what you're doing. He's like, what were you doing here? He's like, oh, got to come clean. I left it on my dog. I put it on my dog and was just throwing the ball at it.
That's hilarious. But
So
surely
bad.
he says he just left it on himself.
That's what I said to him. I
just-
said, you should have said you put it on yourself. He's like, yeah, I got scared that they'd know. I was like, they wouldn't have known, mate.
Well, they probably did know when they looked at how fast the dog was running because the dog's quicker.
Yeah, true.
Unless
There's
it was
that
a
as well.
pug.
Just an idiot. Just an idiot. So, well, what can you do? Also, the strays that Bombers fans are copping at the moment. Did you see that police thing I put up last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So this said,
That's a real stray.
Yeah, copping a stray from Vic Police. It said, what will come first, Don's final win or police pay rise? Now, I know they're in a fight about getting a pay rise from Vic Pol.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Vic, someone, government.
Just from Vic.
But to give a stray to Bombers fans like that, that's not on. Don't do that.
Do you know what area of the city this car was?
Don't know.
It would be
It got
nowhere
sent
near
to me
Windy
flat
Hill.
out by a lot of people. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that's not on. Imagine if you're a Bombers fan, you've done something to get locked up. And then you get taken to the car, and as you get put in the car, you see it in the window and go, oh, well, what the fuck? Really? Just my day. Just my day. Poor Bombers fans going through it.
Yeah.
Going through it. Tim Membry, going to be a Collingwood Magpie in a few days after he'll be signed to the Pies as a listed free agent. That's a move that scares me. Mm-hmm. That's a great move. That's a great piece of the puzzle to put in because he's now changed the look and feel of that Collingwood team, that forward line. Mm-hmm. Can play.
Yeah.
He can play.
He's
I don't know
added
what
more
Saints
ink.
doing.
Yeah, I know.
He kicked 30 goals last year.
I think the only thing that I can gather from this whole thing is that we could have maybe in the trade period got a very, very late pick for him, but it would have been a bit of haggling for let's be honest, not much in return. And I think given what Tim has gone through behind closed doors and he's been good to us and we've been really good to him, I think that if hypothetically he's gone to the club and said, hey, this is what I need in my life, I think they've just gone, look for you, mate. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, if it was that, then that makes more sense. But kicked 30 goals last year, you guys weren't scoring until after round 15. So a good effort.
Yeah.
Like he's seriously, him even being delisted is the weirdest thing about it.
No, totally.
Like if that was a conversation, why would they even think about delisting him?
Yeah.
So who's next up? Caminiti and Sharman.
Sharman, yeah. Mitch Owens is there. Then it goes straight down to the smalls.
Well, him going to Collingwood's dangerous. I like that move a lot. They're just building a squad that's, again, just built to try and win a flag next year.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And then it's cooked after that.
I love also Tim Memory's marking style. The iconic 2-foot
Oh,
lift.
straight up.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I mean, the platters that the footy's going to come in into him on.
Yeah,
are gonna be
true.
unreal. A Houston platter,
Yeah,
Dacos platter.
a Dacos
Is he a
platter.
lead up forward or not? Or is he pack kind of guy?
Pack kind of guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't remember him leading up the footy a lot.
No.
I don't think that's his go, is it?
Because I think we want, in an ideal world, we would want King leading for the footy.
And him just trying to clunk one at the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, right.
But
Cherry picker style.
he's very, he's difficult to outmark.
He's strong. He looks
So
strong.
strong.
It's crazy he played one game for Sydney.
Yeah.
And he had that one tattoo on his shoulder.
Was the palm tree?
The palm tree.
Yeah.
And now he's obviously a Collingwood player, so he's got all the tats.
He has to.
Which makes sense. But he could be recruiter of the year. Honestly,
Really?
for nothing,
Well, for nothing true.
like if you're putting price into an output, could be recruiter of the year
Yeah.
easily. Houston, Barras, Battle, Bolton, Baker, Membry could kick 35 goals next year. Mm-hmm. And you paid him peanuts to get there.
And it was the only position where we were like, okay,
Whatever.
they do need this.
Yeah.
Like Collingwood. They do, like the forward line isn't
Again,
incredible.
can all the bosses of the Football League just get in like a WhatsApp group, everyone except Collingwood, start a WhatsApp group and be like, do you really want to see this again?
Yeah.
Stop giving away pieces or trading pieces to Collingwood. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on the same team here and not give them stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you just know, because it happens every time when they play the Blues, he turns into fucking Tony Lockett
Mm-hmm.
for that one game against the Blues. Go to memory. I'm big raps on that. I'm big raps on it. Little window into the fixture for next year. Looks like we're getting some bad news here, guys. Opening round's back.
I'm sorry to hear, mate. How are you feeling?
It's just like we don't agree on much as AFL fans.
No.
You go for your team, I go
Yep.
for mine. We don't see eye to eye. But this one thing, all AFL fans universally agree on this being the worst thing that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Makes zero sense to me. I get we're trying to expand and grow the game up north and in Queensland, and that's great. But to have, expansion, boring. It's just like, teams having a bye in round one is horrible. Why don't you just give all the New South Wales and Queensland teams that have the games, the home games, give them the prime time slots.
Yep.
And then have the other games, in the graveyard for all I care. But just have everyone playing this round.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was horrible. Horrible to watch everyone play except for your team.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Made no sense.
I don't like it at all. So, but Carlton hate it as well. They said they want no part of opening round next year. They also want to play they got a lot of demands here, Carlton. Also want to play 6 games at least the MCG. Hey, how about we win a flag before we start getting loud? How's that sound?
So maybe Port Adelaide are onto something. Maybe they are a bit arrogant.
Yeah. I think the way that their demands, you can't be saying that though. Allegedly said that if they play opening round, it's going to lead them to have a road heavy schedule. I'm with Matt. I get that. Because as a Carlton fan, getting from the MCG to Marvel,
That's true.
I mean, it's only 5 Ks away, but sometimes peak hour traffic, you could be sitting in your car for half an hour.
That's true.
Trams and trains, they're packed.
Oh, I mean,
It's the worst when you have to travel from MCG to Marvel week to week basis. Like I get how Perth teams feel
yeah.
every fortnight.
And even with the train, you've got 2 options. You either have to go from Richmond to Flinders and swap Yark.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you got to do the city loop. So then that's 6 stops.
Yeah. That is a travel heavy schedule. I don't like that at all. So if we could just stay at the MCG for all the games, that'd be great. It's
Yeah.
easy for everyone to get to as well.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, it's tough
sorry
for us.
to hear it, mate.
That's okay. We'll survive. We'll hang in there. But it means if Carlton are out, then the league has to find another Vic team to replace them in that opening round slot. Geelong looking the most likely, we're hearing, against Brisbane Lions.
Okay.
Which would be Baz's first game.
Yeah.
With the Gabba. Tan will be ready. Looking very tan at the moment.
Well,
Very tan.
he'd be hanging out on the Great Ocean Road. It's been good weather lately. I get it.
Yeah. Is he down there? Is he there?
I would have thought so.
He's settled in?
I think so.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough.
I'll be honest, we haven't.
Yeah, don't know.
The conversation's probably died down a little bit now that he's got new friends in Geelong, but that's okay.
You still hit him up, I reckon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get something
Just
out of
put
him.
a feeler out there.
I mean, he's told me his number, so.
We know what it is. Have we said it?
Yeah, well, we can't announce it, but
Yeah.
it's not 3. That's 100%.
That's for sure. It's definitely is going to be number 3. But so if they're in opening round, that's just going to piss off Chris Scott so much.
Yeah.
Because he was very vocal about how that round last year was just a shit show as well. So they're probably, taking on Brisbane. Again, speaking about this WhatsApp group with all the teams in there, we got to do something to stop Brisbane. Like, how much more do we have to give them?
That's true.
They want a flag. They're about to get the best kid again, number 1 pick essentially in the draft, and now they're going to get a win in round 1 again, opening round. Mm-hmm. We're going to do something to stop that.
What do we do?
How do you stop that? Can we make it a bit harder for them?
Yeah.
They just won the flag. Let's just make this whole league a bit harder for them. I don't like that at all. The Tigers are looking like they're dropped from opening round, given all their studs have left or retired. So we don't even know who half their team could look like. We don't know their names. So they're going to be dropped from opening round, which means Carlton and Richmond will kick off the real round 1 in that Thursday slot.
Good.
And Carlton will beat the shit out of them. That could be 100 points.
Yeah.
Which is great for the confidence early in the season. Just to give those young kids a bit of a welcome to the league moment.
Yeah.
Then they need that as well. So March 13th against Richmond is the date that one's locked in for. And then round 1 is also going to be the same week as F1.
Ooh.
So Melbourne will be packed.
Jeez. And you live quite close. Is it super ridiculously loud where you are?
So loud. It's 6 a.m. Oh, the kid. That's great.
Yeah, I was-
Someone think of me as a new time dad.
Couple of Wookiees.
Oh, it's so loud. So loud. So that's on the Dogs. In big news, they want a big blockbuster game against Collingwood early in the season to ramp up some excitement for their 100th year anniversary. 100 years in the league. Go back to Footscray next year.
Yes.
That's big. I like that. I love that a lot. Bring back Footscray, so they'll be around looking for a big game against Collingwood. And the Hawks are going to take on Essendon round 1 next year at the Loud House. That ground will burn to the ground because they hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
That is going to be just a bloodbath. Gather round is going to be round 5, and we'll be there. Security, I spoke to them during the week.
Oh, did you?
We have ramped that up big time.
Touching base with them. Good.
Bulletproof car.
Yep.
Bulletproof vest.
Like the Pope.
Yeah.
I'll be traveling around like the Pope.
Bulletproof vest. I think we're actually giving you a gun as well, just in case
Just
this
to be on the
just in case someone pulls your ponytail again.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I reckon it's best if I probably, if we can get the old company card out again, I might, maybe I get some Crows merch.
What did you call them again? Entitled. Well, actually, if we go behind glass, I've actually asked whoever's going to pay for it, a brand or maybe it's the company card, to actually remove the glass that's in there currently and get bulletproof glass in. It's real thick.
I think that's fair.
You can't. I think you should do with your Adelaide Crows situation, your relationship with them.
Yeah. Because we've got to do something.
You got to
about
lean
this.
into hating it more. I think
Really? What makes you say
you
that?
can't say they're entitled, then say you didn't mean it.
No, I meant it. Oh, what? Jeez, you set me up to fail, don't you?
You still think they're entitled?
I think the fans.
What was it? Let's refresh our memories. What was it about them that makes them entitled?
Okay, well, other than the pulling of the hair
Yeah.
and all the rest of it, I found when I lived in Adelaide, I was there for almost 5 years, I found that coming from a state that has no team, reminded me very much of what it's like here in Melbourne, where we just go for a plethora of teams.
Yeah.
So if you were to say on a Monday morning, read the newspaper in Melbourne or Tassie, you would see just whatever the actual storyline of the weekend was. Whoever deserved, the bottom of the ladder team could have beaten the top of the ladder team.
And that's would be the back.
And that's the storyline of the weekend, and we can all agree on that. I always found in Adelaide that it was just all about the Crows.
Oh, yeah.
Port Adelaide could do something incredible, and Adelaide could have just, done a normal 3-4 goal win over a team they should have, and it'll be like, oh my God. Tex kick 1 goal 3. He's amazing. And then Charlie Dixon could have kicked 15. They would have gone, oh yeah, and Port Adelaide won 2. And I just thought, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
And then I always found you'd go to a game and there was always one person knitting in the crowd that'd tell you to shush.
Oh. Go home, Grandma.
It's the football.
Yeah.
I want to make some noise and have fun. And I always found that the Crows fans would get annoyed if you got up to go get a beer or you came back from the toilet
Yeah.
They're the only fan base that I felt like they're making my experience. I'm like, they're putting me on edge because I feel like I can't. And you know me, I don't say shit really. Like,
No.
I'm pretty quiet.
You are very quiet.
So like for me to feel like I'm not allowed to be a footy fan, I'm like, I hate it. Whereas you go to a Port game, you go on the hill, it's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Adelaide are very polite.
Yeah.
Except for the hair pulling,
Yeah.
that one. And maybe sometimes the hill gets a bit rowdy, but still very polite given the setting you're in. You're on a hill drinking beers.
Yeah, that's true.
If that was in Melbourne,
Well, that's true.
you'd be police everywhere around there.
Yeah.
So they're very respectful of the stadium and the fans inside. My phone once went off, a message phone, during the first quarter, and 3 people turned around and looked at me. Like, you got to turn that thing off? Like, at the footy. So
Was it Port game or Crows game?
Crows game.
There you go.
Yeah. So I get that.
So-
yeah, you're right. It's very much Adelaide is a crow town only.
Yeah.
And you're frowned upon if you're a Port fan.
Yeah.
So ew.
And I just don't think that that's fair. I think that they're entitled to say they're the pride of South Australia when there are 2 big teams
That
know?
does reek of entitlement
Like-
to say you're the pride of South Australia.
and just completely ignore another one
Yeah.
who have won, who's won a premiership.
One behind you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, probably over the last 10 years better than you.
Yeah, I mean, Crows made a grand final, but other than that, yeah, totally.
Outside of that, yeah.
Like, so that is where it came from. I've got a lot of great friends that are Crows fans. I like a lot of the players. It's not the club. I've had a few bad experiences with them.
What would Perth be? A West Coast town or a Fock town?
Well, it's whatever came first, really, isn't it? So I suppose it would be a West Coast
West Coast town.
But that
just
would be the
trying
other
to
thing
think,
that, like, I don't feel like if they said in their song, the
The pride of
Eagles,
West
are-
Australia.
yeah, it's like you're not anymore. Like,
Clearly.
Okay. So anyway, that's what I said.
Well, we're going to go there for Gather Round next year, so we're going to sort out what that looks like for you personally.
Yeah.
Because I'm okay to walk around free.
You're
are
not that okay.
No, well, I am. They respect me, though.
Okay.
They might not all like me. So this is the thing, Ollie. Footy fans, they might not all like me,
No,
but they respect me.
sure.
Okay?
Well, maybe what we do is just for pure safety. If they respect you this much, maybe we sort out a bit of a system like Dr. Evil and Mini Me, and you just sort of strap me onto your chest. Like we use your kid's new
Harness.
harness. I was going to say strap on, but that wouldn't be the right term.
Well, not for the 18 years.
And then we do that.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
And it's like if you want to come to me, you got to get through you.
I still think I'm going to throw you the Wolves in Adelaide and let you see if you sink or swim.
Hey Ollie, can you go get 4 beers? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. No, not that bar. The one out there.
I'm actually keen. We might do a party and gather around. A party.
Yeah, I love that.
We'll do something. We'll think of something cool. As we said, draft's coming up November 20. Lots of young kids.
Yeah.
Lots of kids going to realise their dream. Saying, how good's this? I've always wanted to be an AFL footballer. This is the best thing ever. I've done it. I've reached my dream. And then a lot of kids are going to find out pretty quickly they're not shit. Which is tough. Day 1 of AFL preseason is the biggest reality check ever.
Yeah.
Just you go from being that big fish in the small pond to a fish out of water where no one cares at all. And you got to keep up and try and keep your head above water to survive. So we know Levi Ashcroft,
Yep.
best player in the draft. We know Richmond's draft hand is going to be unbelievable.
Yep.
We know that Collingwood don't have a pick until pick 55.
But that won't matter because they'll win the premiership, so that's fine.
I've changed my tone on them actually.
Really?
I reckon, yeah, I've changed it. I reckon they're going to suck.
Really?
For the next decade, Collingwood. I reckon here's why. They've paid absolutely everybody. They've got a huge gap in between their young players and their senior players. They don't have any depth. Their captain almost got dropped last year. And I don't think it's going to turn around in 12 months for them to gel and win a flag. I'm not off them. I think they're going to come bottom 8 next year. They are. Take that. Just seeing that they have pick 55.
Where's the future?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They've got all that for a flag next year. It is literally all that for a flag.
But yeah, and you know what the scary thing is what either way, okay, we all know we play this sport to win a flag. But regardless, if they win a flag, amazing. That's incredible. Not say it in the history books, but that fall will still come.
Oh, yeah.
So
they're
it's
going to
like-
have to fall away. Eventually, they're going to be really bad. They're going to be a Richmond for years to come, the way that they've set this thing up. Unless they somehow flip it and bring some youth in. But at the moment, no. So my question, though, is about the draft. What team would be the worst team to get drafted to right now? So I'm thinking, everyone's like Richmond. No, Richmond would be very good. Because Richmond is a big club in Vic, and when they're up and running, they're very, very scary and fun to be part of.
Yep. And you want to play for Richmond.
You want to play for them.
Like, that's a great team.
So I'm thinking Melbourne would have this like awkward tension in the air, very tense. A lot of players haven't spoken to each other. You've got the Christian Petrarca stuff. Sure. You've got the Clary stuff. You've got the Gorney who's broken a leg doing some media PR. You've got like that would be very awkward to walk into day one. So that is where I'm thinking maybe Melbourne, you wouldn't want to go there. Gold Coast, because as soon as you go there, you're just irrelevant the second you leave. They're the teams I'm thinking maybe you wouldn't want to be going there as a 17, 18-year-old at the moment. Because everyone goes, oh, I'm happy to go anywhere. And deep down, no, they're not.
No, you're not happy to go
You're
anywhere.
Not. You're not.
Yeah, and I think particularly if you were pick number 5 going to the D's, like you're a dog, you know? You could be the star of, you could be the face of an organisation potentially. You don't want to walk into that place
No,
in
you
Casey right now.
That's not where we want to go. Just fractured football club.
I think you want to go to Richmond. I think you definitely want to go to North. I think you want to go to St Kilda. I think you would want to go to Adelaide. Maybe Port.
Port would be okay.
Port would be okay.
Port would be all right.
But like,
But then you got Kenny leaving
Yeah,
next
there's
year,
a
so he
lot
could be
of
in Kenny's
tension.
team, then out of Kenny's team.
Yep.
Because he's not there.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
like that'd be a
think-
bit stressful.
Yeah, Richmond's the one. West Coast seem like they've got a good vibe out there.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what it is, but it just seems like a fun vibe.
yeah. I think they're, if McQualter wasn't already announced, you'd be like, well,
Yeah.
like what am I walking? Like,
Harley's definitely leaving, isn't he?
what makes you say that?
I just can feel him leaving.
Yeah,
I feel like him spending a lot of time in Victoria in the off season is always like a little insight to do they want to stay in their state?
so your first off season at the Suns,
Yeah.
what did you do?
I was actually back up there because I liked being the Goldie.
Yeah.
So I think I spent 2 weeks in Adelaide and then the rest of it up there training, getting ready. So that's
right,
normally
fair enough.
that's normally my indicator of homesick people who want to go back is like how long do they stay
Yeah, but-
out of their state?
Perth.
Don't piss off Perth people. I cannot afford that. I think okay. I mean, even if I'm in a state team, if I'm a team now with who's drafting kids in this draft, given everything that's happened in the trade period, I'm only drafting kids in my state because we've seen that eventually they'll want to go home. So just breed them and keep them in the state.
It's
keep them in the
almost not
family.
worth it. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Everyone's homesick.
yeah.
We've seen that. Everyone is homesick. So see that draft goes in 20 days should be good. So let's see who Kangaroos will flip that pick 2 as well.
You
That's
reckon?
the early insight. Yeah, we're thinking it's pick 2 or pick 3 they have. They reckon they're flipping that for someone else.
Ooh.
What happened?
St Kilda are calling.
Oh, really? Pick it
Yeah.
up. Answer it on the show.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, go.
Okay, I'll call them.
The person you are calling is
Okay. Must have been a pocket dial, man. Just a little pocket dial. That's fine.
All right, one more time and then I
Go.
won't do it.
I call him back.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Oh, Mr. Oliver. Mr. Gill.
Hey, just letting you know, I'm actually currently live on the Dan Does Footy podcast.
You're not, are
Yes, and this is the man behind some of the great social media posts in St Kilda.
you? Wow, okay. Well, this is an absolute honour. I actually have some exciting news for the podcast listeners. If you would like to break this live, if that's okay.
We would love to break that live.
Yeah, okay. So I've heard there's rumours about yourself making the Crest launch about yourself, a bit of self-inserting into the narrative, which we love here.
Yeah.
We're having. Well, we actually want to extend that further to the actual launch video to launch the Crest on the day, which is a separate thing, and we actually want you to star in it. Yeah, in a bit of a tattoo kind of format.
Tattoo format, right? Talk to me.
Yeah, so basically we're working on a video to launch the Crest.
Yeah.
And we thought we need someone to get it tattooed on their frame and forever immortalised in St Kilda history. And I said, well, I know a man who does this kind of stuff. So yeah, I've put your name up and we just want your thoughts.
Okay, well, firstly, huge honour. Thank you. It's definitely a yes, but I'm just looking at my boss now and Dan's saying how much? How much?
We'll talk figures at a later date. You know, this this club isn't exactly known for their figures. So,
Yeah, but war chest and all that.
well, yeah, we've got the war chest, and actually we're still sitting on it, you could argue. So, I'll talk to Gubby and Sauce, and they might have to throw it your way.
Okay, well, Dan's saying we'll talk to Ross about the cash, but we don't get out of bed for less than 20K at the moment. Mate, I'm in. I'm terrified and I'm honoured. I'll send you my invoice after the show, and let me give you a buzz back after the podcast today.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, well, enjoy, boys. Thanks for your time.
Good on you. Thank you.
Well, how about me? Do you want me to do it as well? Is he on the phone still? Oh.
No, you can do it.
So what was that? You're getting the crest tattooed on you?
I'm releasing the crest in a video via getting it tattooed.
When are you getting tattooed? You don't know, obviously.
Well,
it's the first phone
you
call.
just say
What does it look like? Just tell us.
I can't. I can't.
If it's exactly the same and there's all this excitement about it, then we'll all be, as a community in the AFL, very annoyed. Because you've been very loud on the crest. Okay.
Hey, I've been loud. The club's been, hey, this is happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
you've
we
been
are
loud.
having a launch party for the crest, so
You say you're having a party with the crest.
yeah.
But we know, like, what's on the crest.
Red, white, and black.
Okay, we're not doing this with you.
But
We're not doing
hey,
this with you.
that was pretty cool.
That's very cool. Well done.
That'd be cool
That's
back.
breaking news.
Yeah.
We're going to get it on your body. You should get it, middle of your chest. Like Iron Man. You should. And huge, just so big.
I reckon it might be a leg job.
I don't know. Legs tattoos, I've got 3 of them there. They're on you forever.
Unlike arm ones.
I mean, they're big, mate, on the leg.
I'll think, I don't know. I'll think,
Okay. Go back and neck.
yeah, it could be good. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a teardrop.
See that guy with the Carlton tattoo on the back of his ear? The
cop?
copper?
How good was that?
Dude, that would kill.
Do you reckon, do you get that before applying to become a police officer? Or do you become one and then you just rock up at work one day and you're like, hey, cool.
Well, I think the police would take anyone who's qualified to be a police officer.
So it's not sort of
It's not a Karen Wilson thing. Going, you're a perfect candidate, but you have a sleeve.
Yeah.
So he had a sleeve as well, and then he had the tattoo behind his ear.
Yeah.
You've got to love Carlton to go that. Actually, I've got one as well.
What? Oh, Carlton tattoo?
Yeah, like you got to really love your footy club to get a Carlton tattoo.
Well, which
but
one have you
mine's
got?
the skies. Mine's Oscar the Grouch in the bin.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a bit different. To just get the emblem,
Which
the
is-
crest, like you've got to be full. You should get Red Rooster as well tattooed on you.
What else? Red Rooster. Yeah.
Yeah.
RSCA.
Get them all, honestly. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's wrap the show up. I did foreshadow this before we broke up last. You want to say something? No? Oh, I thought you wanted to leave with something. No,
No,
I'm just foreshadowing
I could think
something.
of something.
No. We spoke about Hamzat Shemaev.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And I said that he's the scariest guy in the world.
Yep.
Do you see what he bloody did, mate?
No.
To our very own Rob Whittaker. They're fighting. You think they was going to give him a chokehold. He didn't give him a chokehold at all. Squeezed and broke his jaw and dislodged his teeth. He's so scary, man. The way he looks in the octagon, he's Russian. He even speaks scary. The broken English is terrifying. Like, that is next level. And when he squeezed, he's like, yeah, I heard something click.
Yeah, stop. You
Just
stop there, don't you?
Yeah. Terrifying.
I don't get it, mate. It's how is that a sport? That's just awful. Like, I hate that.
That would be the scariest moment of someone's life, being in an octagon with him. Horrible. You know he's definitely not coming back, Conor McGregor. He's just not coming back to fight ever.
Well, I mean, after that leg injury,
Yeah,
I've seen enough there.
No, thank you.
Speaking of the leg injuries, remember we were speaking last Friday? Last week. Can't remember what it was. The Godwin injury in the Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, Goblin, ran the other way. Not good. Not good at all. NBA started. It's up and running. What are we, week into it now?
Yep.
Bronny James sent to the G League.
Yeah, he got those 3 minutes in.
Well, he did. That was a cool moment, though.
Yeah.
Dad with his dad. And then said, oh, yeah, hey, Dad, this is cool.
And then
But then straight to the G League. So, poor Bronny. It's going to be tough for him to even make it in that league. He can't win.
It would be really weird. And then, like, LeBron's also just on fire.
Yeah, your dad's so old and still dominating.
Yeah, and you just be like, well, this is just...
He scored like 32 points last night and you haven't scored one yet.
Yeah.
And you're younger, fitter, not better at all. But that'd be tough to go home. And you see him, he insulted him in front of their mum. It's weird when they're related. But when they both came off the court when they debuted together, Bronny hugged his mum and he was in the full tracksuit. And And he's like, oh, well done. And then LeBron came over. He's like, oh, I'm a bit more sweaty than him.
Good drive by.
Just insulted him in front of his mum, which is so rude. Lakers are up and running, though. My team, they're a problem.
Yeah.
AD's healthy. They're a real problem.
Yeah, they're a real
Got
problem.
LeBron scoring 30 points. I'm also sorry to the Ravens fans in the NFL. You know how I jumped on the bandwagon?
Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah, they did to the Browns.
So I'm the curse. Is
How
what we're getting
embarrassing.
here. I'm back on the Rams anyway. So good winning against your mob. Great win.
Did you
Great
see
win.
the end to that? You think some of the
Oh, the face mask.
Far
Yeah.
out, mate.
Bad
you missed
refereeing.
that? There's about 17,000 referees.
Horrible. Yeah, that was really shitty.
Oh,
Really shitty. And the Jets suck. The Jets might suck.
the
Aaron
Jets
Rodgers
just
might
definitely
suck.
do. Yeah.
He might be done.
Who'd they lose to again? They lost to Patriots.
Patriots don't even have a quarterback.
Can't be doing that.
Yeah. Horrible.
And fantasy, how's your going?
I am going okay this week. I won 3 in a row, and now I think I'm going to get done this week. How you going fantasy?
I
I'll
think
tighten up here.
I reckon I might get done
Oh, really?
this week, but I'm doing all right. Still got a winning record, but yeah.
That's weird.
And also, you sent me a message late last night. I'll do it for next week's episode, but
Yeah.
comparing Premier League teams to AFL teams.
Yeah.
In case you want a team to support now.
Yeah.
Going forward, like I'll do a bit of a comparison.
And even the NFL might do that as well.
Maybe in the NFL, that's a great idea.
Yeah. We'll try and get that sorted for everyone. So, everyone, enjoy your day. Today, what is it, Monday?
Yeah.
Go forth, have a great week. Football stuff will ramp up.
Yeah.
We'll ramp up. We're getting excited the draft. You're getting a crest tattooed on you. It's all happening here. We will see you all on Thursdays when we're dressed up
Now I'm excited for
in our
that.
Halloween kit. So we'll see you then.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.